Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today the new patch is in, the voice is healed for the most part, and the toddler is in daycare, so we can sit down and relax as we watch Mr. Yo playing as the Goths in red get ready to take on Hera playing as the Malians in blue. Now while the players herd their herdables, explore their explorables, and try to get their butts up, their piggly wiggly butts up to Feudal Age, not a bad time for us to take a look at the Civ matchup that we are going to be watching today, and then maybe zoom out because I'm noticing a few interesting pieces of foliage here that my small tree mods apparently hasn't been programmed to receive or code or whatever, and they are mighty close, these stragglers. What are they, Asian pine? Mighty close to that town center, which means they're gonna have to be taken down if you want to place a few farms. In any event, let's take a look at the civs, then we'll take a look at the players, then we'll take a look at the map, then we'll see whatever the hell happens, and we'll basically just go with it, you know? The way of the Age of Empires leaf. For those of you who like the Wheel of Time, we just kind of go with the flow here and see what the players do and react to it. In any event, the Goths, about as single-minded as a civilization can get by pushing its players towards one military building, and one military building alone, the barracks. These structures start out the game working 20% faster than normal and can be upgraded to work more than 200% faster, which is great because the Goths get extra population space in Imperial, capping out at 210 compared to the usual 200. Oh, the small tree mod would have come very handy, although I suspect he's building a lumber camp. Not really going to be a, probably not a mill or a house over here. In any event, all Gothic infantry get progressively cheaper as the game goes on, although unfortunately for the Goths recently, the latest patch has, ooh, I apologize. I am just like a very distracted toddler right now who needs a fidget spinner. What is this? A peach blossom. Okay, we're going to have to get through these Civ intros. We're going to have to look at the map. We're going to have to see what the heck is going on here because this is beautiful. And what are you? A lush? Forget bamboo. This is lush bamboo. Okay. In any event, that infamous long-standing Goth infantry discount has been nerfed slightly. It used to be 20, 25, 30, and 35% off. Now it caps out at 30, which for their infantry, I believe, now that there's no more supplies, basically means they pay less food. Or sorry, there's no more supplies and infantry from the barracks have been made cheaper. So I believe that means for the Goths, if I'm not mistaken, in Imperial Age, they do pay less food, but 1 or 2 units more gold for their infantry. In any event, we'll see if we even get to the Imperial. Hopefully we do with these 2 Titans. Those, by the way, same Gothic infantry I just mentioned that become cheaper and cheaper as the game goes on, do come with a progressive attack bonus against buildings, which makes them fantastic at taking down absolutely any structure that Hera might want to put up during the game. Now, the Goth barracks itself can also be upgraded to train their unique unit, the Huskarl. This is a decent infantry unit with one Liam Neeson-style important set of skills. He will find you, and he will kill you if you're an archer. Everyone else is pretty much safe. Huskarls come with a pretty big attack bonus against archers and base pierce armor that makes them incredibly immune from almost all archer fire in the game. Now, to support a big, hungry population, their hunters do work. Where are you? They do work more efficiently. They are stronger, they carry more, and their hunt lasts 20% longer. The Goths also, by the way, you'll notice that both players are down to 50 gold, which tells me they both have loom. But whereas it took Hera 25 seconds, oh, pardon me, no loom, oh, there it is, to the top right of your screen, being researched as we speak. Whereas for Hera, it takes 25 seconds to research. The Goths, they get it in basically a second, which means generally, if you can go up to the Feudal Age with 1 extra villager, because by the time you are researching, well, there you go, look at that, 19 to 18. By the time they're researching loom, you've already gotten it and have pumped out an extra vill, even if you have, like Mr. Yo, extra idle time on your TC. Now let's take a look at the other side of the world where we've got Hera playing as the Malians, also classified as a quote-unquote infantry civilization. But man, oh man, are they so much more. To start with, sure, any unit trained out of a Malian barracks does come with extra pierce armor for free, all the way up to 3 extra pierce armor in the Imperial Age. So let's say the Battle of the Huskarl versus the Mini Huskarl over here, although this basically applies to every unit that comes out of that barracks, and their unique unit is the Gabedo. This is a quick infantry unit with a pretty strong ranged melee attack. Think the Frankish throwing axeman, but terrible HP and weak base armor. Now, beyond their infantry, this is where the Malians get pretty darn cool. Oh, these are so pretty. They get pretty darn cool because they do have an upgrade called Farimba, which does allow their cavalry. Where are you? There you are. There you've been on my screen the whole time, to come with a big +5 attack boost, which is amazing for the Malians because even though they don't get Hussars or Paladins, their Cavaliers with Farimba actually have a higher attack than most Paladins in the game, and their light cavalry units and their Camel Riders are some of the strongest in the game. FYI, one of the cool things about the latest patches, it has improved the movement speed of militia line units, although not militia themselves. Unfortunately for these... Oh, look at this. Stacking apparently has not been dealt with. Unfortunately for these guys, they are stuck at 0.9, but in 1 second, boop, 0.96. So we'll see whether or not Monsieur can maneuver his quicker moving infantry units. In any event, if you choose as the Malians, forget your infantry with the extra pierce armor, forget your cavalry and your camels with your extra attack. If you want to play around with archers, although why you would want to do so against a Huskarl civilization is beyond me, well, you'll have plenty of wood to train your units, because every single building that the Malians build costs 15% less wood, except for farms. They are not the Teutons. They don't get no farm discount. First blood here drawn for a brief second by Mr. Yo, just before he loses his scout as well. So, bit of a Romeo and Juliet style murder-suicide of scouts. And let's see if Mr. Yo continues to press in here. He has, of course, seen the town center. He has seen the settlement. Now, in order for them to build their military-industrial complex, keep their economy up and running as fast and efficient as possible, Malian gold miners do drop off 10% more gold. Their universities work faster, and their settlements can be up and running longer and longer and longer, even when they're being raided, because the Malians have a super cool upgrade where their town centers can actually fire 8 arrows when ungarrisoned, and up to 18, I will repeat, 18 arrows when fully garrisoned, which might even make the hardiest, the most veteran of elite Huskarls think twice about attacking a Malian town center. I mean, 18 arrows is just absolutely ridiculous, that Tigui upgrade. The Malians have some pretty damn hard-hitting bonuses and unique features. In any event, let's remove the fog of war. Let's see what the heck is going on here as Mr. Yo presses in I guess with Army Group Right pressing out because he was trapped inside the base there for a second, or maybe just wanted to delete a palisade wall. Gets another kill, does Hera, taking the kill lead 2-1. And let's see what is going on. These are so pretty. Am I the only one that's distracted by these beautiful blossoms, these peach blossoms? Kind of reminds me of Washington, D.C., although I guess Japan would have been a more logical, but I've never been to Japan, whereas I've been to Washington, D.C. plenty of times. And so, unfortunately, I have never gone in the spring to watch the cherry blossoms. I believe the Japanese government gave that to them more than 100 years ago. Gave the Americans all those cherry blossoms to plant along the pool over there. I forget what it's called, the that pond around which you have all those memorials. It's so pretty. In any event, let's take a look at the map, because it is very lush, no pun intended, very bamboo filled. And now our Malian is on the offensive, having cleaned up the expeditionary force of the Goth. The Goth, by the way, has cleared up all of these Asian pine, except for one. What about Hera? Also, all of them except for one. So, this is an interesting little change in the game style. You know, these pro players have muscle memory that's built in. That's how they're able to quick wall. That's how they're able to basically have APM like Hera of about 300 plus is muscle memory. So whenever you introduce something new that forces them to kind of change the way they clickety-clack the mouse and the keyboard, who knows what kind of effect it's going to have. Archers chasing archers, scouts trying to bust into here. Archers now do move the same speed as regular non-militia infantry. And one spearman, not really, one spearman is enough. I guess he has 1/2 health scout, maybe he wants to lure the spearman into the archer, but I'm not sure Hera should be taking this fight here. He missed a bit of an opportunity to kill a spearman, but loses his own archer. Goes after this one. Now, I wonder when and if the small tree mod like these, this is just your average bamboo here, not Lush. For those of you in North America, or I don't know where else the company Lush is, but they basically just make a bunch of stinky soaps. That is all the rage with the younger generation. Man, you can't walk in the shopping mall past a Lush store, or storefront, I guess, without just like being overwhelmed by the smell of fake coconut and fake berries and fake vanilla. It's also fake. My nose just like rebels against it. Ooh, our Goth, by the way, is going to be going infantry. He is getting another armor, or rather an armor upgrade. Both players at 37, 38 villagers. Both players at 13, 11 army count. Army compositions, fairly symmetrical. A bunch of archers. One's got quicker moving cavalry. One's got slower moving anti-cavalry. Mysterio's putting on the pressure yet again here. Kill count 7 to 6. So we're seeing basically what we always see when these pro players are kind of tiptoeing around one another, which is very similar styles, very similar kill counts. How he saw that there's a palisade wall behind here is beyond me. I like that Hera is spit roasting this gold patch. Now, what I really do want to see is the elite units of both civilizations and the castles of both civilizations and the monasteries of both civilizations. I guess I didn't have to keep saying both civilizations over and over again. You guys know what I mean. Those are the ones that have the new skins. FYI, the attacks have been so furious and so quick and so just everywhere here, with especially with Mr. Yo being so aggressive. The King of Holds does not want to hold against Hera. I haven't even looked at where the resource patches are, but I guess it's 20 minutes into the game. Might be a little bit too late, as now 2 more units dead here for our Goth. Hera will take a 9 to 7 kill lead as this guy tries to hide in a batch of very lush bamboo. I mean, this is like the Rogaine bamboo here. Archer versus Archer whammy. Mr. Yo, what is even in this army? Okay, we've got 6 militia line, 5 archer line, 4 skirmishers, 2 spearmen, and 1 dead militia line there. I mean, this is just about as a hodgepodge as you could possibly have here. And we'll see whether Hera's army composition, a bit more standard, a bit more normal in terms of just having 2 types of classes of units, prevails here. He can keep darting in and out with his archers. He has hit Castle Age before Mr. Yo. He's even got the resources to hit Castle Age. But Mr. Yo is here. Mr. Yo is aggressing. And Mr. Yo's got a fairly big army here. One little red dot on the minimap looks like it has stopped wanting to reinforce. But no, you see what's going on around the other side of the world against your fellow militia line, skirmisher, archer line units. You want no part of it. These guys can die for the glory of the Goths. You are taking a smoke break and then pretending like you never got the text saying, hey, come to the front lines. Oh, no, sorry, I missed that text. I was sleeping. Says that one skirmisher who's just kind of hanging out in the middle of the map. Hera using his advantage to go up to crossbowmen, pumping out a single knight. Now he's going to be able to chase these units down, but Mr. Yo is a minute 50 seconds away from going up to the next stage. Both players not focusing on their TCs right now, both hoarding their 200 stone. We'll see if that means we get to see some quicker castles. We'll see if that means... Nope, second TC right as I run my mouth about quicker castles going up for our Malian in blue, who will kill these 4 skirmishers who, should they be running? Should they be dispersing and fighting? Who knows? Bottom line, this knight has lost 3 HP. And now is free to go and ransack the Goth base. The Goth base desperately being defended by a basic watchtower here. I mean, maybe if you were the Koreans and they upgraded for free automatically. Is there anything in here? No, this house. Okay, I didn't. I thought there was a bit of an alley here. No, this is just a, what is the actual wheelbarrow? Not the upgrade, but an actual wheelbarrow. 18 seconds away. Market going up for our Goth as well. Mr. Yo, what is the game plan? He is continuing to go militia. And to be fair, again, they will be able to zone out the crossbowmen because they will move at the exact same speed. And they are currently, since we're in Castle Age, 25% cheaper. Oh, this is so close to the border. Why are you building it here? You know Hera's going to get Bodkin. And with that Bodkin trying to bust in, we've got a third TC down here next to the former battlefield where Mr. Yo was pressing. So Mr. Yo, I mean, Hera doing a good job using his Castle Age advantage, does get the first villager kill of the game. Glad I caught that. And he says, I don't have to be a Saracen for my foot archers to bust in through your walls. Oh man, what a weird location for a siege workshop there by Mr. Yo, who says, you know what? Take my base. Have at it. You are attacking with crossbowmen. I'm going with a 10 attack longswordsman to the other side of the map. I can hold you off with skirmishers. What do you have to hold me off here? And for now, the skirmishers are dead. The number's not working out for Mr. Yo here as he garrisons villagers. And having seen absolutely no cavalry except for the one knight, Mr. Yo is attacking the stable. Perhaps he expects a knight follow-up and that's why he's doing that. But okay, let's shoot away. These are not Malian barracks units. They do not come with that free +2 armor right now, +2 pierce armor. Oh no, he built a second siege workshop, pumped out a scorpion, and right as the scorpion comes out, the knight pops out. But wait a second. We've got TC versus knight, knight versus scorpion, scorpion versus crossbowman, crossbowman being attacked by on multiple sides, tower joining in on the fight as well, even though he's got 0 kills. What an absolute crazy situation. Okay, Mr. Yo pulling him a little bit of an MBL and walking across a little bit of dangerous territory as he basically traps himself. DJ Khaled style, you played yourself. And now let's see who wins here. Whose micro will prevail. These units are moving at the exact same pace. Damn you, cherry blossoms, fall off the trees so we can watch this battle. Okay, so far the kiting. Fantastic out of Hera. Town center joins in as well. And that's it for the second or maybe third time. They thought better of it, turned around. Maybe for the third, or probably, let's say at the minimum, second at the most, third time, Mr. Yo loses his entire expeditionary force. Although again, Hera lost his expeditionary force. Did force a cancel on the siege workshop. I'm not sure exactly how far along that was, but it does get a little bit of wood back. Does our Goth. And let's see the Gothic monk here. Will it be the same old little bald man with the hook and the crook and the book and the sandals? Or will it be something else? Where are these villagers going? 430 stone for our Goth. Ouch. I mean, even with the pierce armor that it has, the when you're outnumbered 29-1, that is not a good amount to be outnumbered. Okay, so your standard monk. Monk skins have also been changed. And yet, for another time, Mysterio finds himself wedged in between a rock and a hard place. Hera using the relic as part of the wall off. But two long swordsmen, what are their attacks? Still at a 10. I guess I could have looked up to the top left of the screen too. But they're, Hera says, you know what? I don't really need 29 crossbowmen to kill 2 militia line units. Do not need a bazooka to kill a fly or whatever the expression is. Mysterio pokes in again. Underneath the TC does get a villager. Hera has basically rested on his laurels with that one villager kill he got a while ago. Mysterio's up to 4 vill kills. We'll be able to kill these 2. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I thought he was going to be able to kill those, but never mind. Got a tiger here. Tiger with 0 kills. He is what is going on? Don't do drugs, kids. If it's sold in a gas station, do not imbibe it, inhale it, put it in your body. Oh my goodness. Will the tiger or will the crossbowman get the kill? It's the tiger that gets the kill. The tiger gets the kill and then turns its ire, its anger, its aggression, its pent up incel tiger nature against the villager, but the villager comes equipped with a knife, loom, and kills it. Let's take a look. Ooh, all right. So, Gothic castle, adorned with some Huskarl shields. What a pretty building. There's your Gothic eagle. What a pretty building. Kind of giving me Byzantine vibes almost with the roof. The way the roof looks. I love the round little turret and parapets and all of this cool stuff. The arrow slits. Wow. Well, there you go. And here they are, the Huskarls. I believe they have been made cheaper. I believe their training time has improved. And I believe Hera is in a world of trouble against the unit with 8 pierce armor. But 31 crossbowmen show up. Mistier's going to have to add in so many mangonels into this army if he wants to take on 31 crossbowmen. Knights as well. I love that Hera went after the repairing villager, which means this knight is going to have his way with that mangonel. Had his way with the mangonel. And what animal is it? The praying mantis that after they, you know, they copulate, one of them kills the other, eats the other. Hera desperately trying to keep the Huskarl out of this stone mining. He wants his own castle, and he is heading up to Imperial. No castle means no Gabetos. No Gabetos means no new skins on the Elite. If you're not familiar with the patch, welcome to the world. I guess you've been living under a rock, but the skins have been changed. And by skins, which is a creepy... I don't know why they call them skins. Kind of like Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs. Weird kind of, hello, Clarice vibes. But the uniforms, the way the unit looks... If you go up to your elite unique unit, elite Gabeto, elite Huskarl, elite Cataphract, elite Mameluke, elite whatever the hell. There's Anarchy, by the way, so now he's going to be able to train Huskarls out of these barracks. If you go up to elite, the uniform changes. Every single unique unit will now look different, which is super cool. Super cool. I mean, not every monastery is going to look different. Not every monk, as we saw, is going to look different. Not every castle is going to look different. But every single unique unit has now gotten an overlay and will be wearing fancy new clothes. So I'm pretty excited. I'm not sure we're going to get to see Gabetos, but look at this. Where are you, Mr. Monk? I already see this guy's different. Whoa. Okay. Is he holding a knife? What is he holding? A hatchet? Well, he's got his walk-in stick, his pimp stick. He's got his hatchet. And he just picked up a relic, the one that's real nearby, but Mr. Yo's up to 3 relics. And here we go, the bane of the Huskarl play, the frickin' hand cannoneer. The Huskarl can go up to 10 pierce armor if it goes elite. The hand cannoneer comes with a 10 attack bonus against infantry, which basically nullifies the entire extra pierce armor that comes with this Huskarl. And Knight's not really paying attention. One dies, one takes a bit of damage. Hera will run away. But yeah, he's going to have to come up. Our Goth is going to have to come up with an answer to these hand cannoneers. To be fair, the Goths do also, where are you, get hand cannoneers themselves. And so it's possible you try to cut off the Knight. Let's see how well this works for Mr. Yo. No, never mind. I guess he's on move command. I thought he was going to try to cut this Knight off, maybe get a couple of whacks off at him. Attack bonus against buildings is now at a 4. And this is the problem now for Mr. Yo. He is facing a lot of hand cannoneers. We're up to 8. And Hera is not pressing out. Hera is just defending right now, which means his hand cannoneers don't have to be in 5 different locations. They can just be bouncing between these 20 tiles. Back and forth, responding. Pair of Huskarls beats a Knight High flush. As Hera pulls him into the town center radius. Do we have Tigui? No, pardon me, we don't even have a castle. Forget Tigui. That Huskarl is dead meat underneath that TC. Now we've got, yeah, here we go, the gunpowder army. Now the crossbowmen were a bit of a question mark for me. Not too sure why Hera went crossman. Maybe he was expecting something else out of Mr. Yo except the Huskarl. But now that he's seen the Huskarl, the hand cannoneer is fantastic. Also, it would be fantastic if you plug up the wood that you jacked a bit too hard here. South Huskarl dies. East Huskarl runs away. Now, the hand cannoneer, I believe, does move slower than the Huskarl. The Huskarl, I believe, does move faster than your average. Yeah, 1.15. So the hand cannoneer does move slower. The problem is you're also facing a civilization. I mean, Mr. Yo has shown us how well you can do with plumed archers against Huskarls because of that small attack bonus against infantry, and more importantly, their movement speed. But now you're facing off against a civilization that has ranged melee, and they are not your grandfather's, your grandmother's Frankish throwing axemen that move super slow. No, Gabetos are lightning fast. And they do melee damage to a unit that has 0 base melee armor of any kind. Now the castle's under attack. Imperial Age in a minute for Mr. Yo. Okay, well, the Malian castle did not get a facelift. No new Hannibal Lecter skin for you. Huskarls get surrounded. Monk joins in on the fight. Monastery also doesn't look any different to me. Converts a Huskarl, the stronger one. Mr. Yo runs to the edge of the world, gets swiped at. This Huskarl swiped left And so no match made in heaven here. Continues to be single as he stares off into the darkness. Will I be alone forever? Will I die alone? We all die alone. I don't know where the hell my mind went right here, but right now a bunch of Huskarls are chasing a bunch of hand cannoneers. Hera again first to reach the age. Oh, is he gonna wedge himself into here? Oh, that is so badass. This is giving me campaign vibes. And in 30 seconds we are gonna get to see the new Huskarl skins. Let's see it. I mean, I want to see what happens to this castle, but until there's not really much happening here, Mysterio repairing with what little tiny stone count he's got. Let's see it. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, silver armor becomes gold. Where are you going? Very cool. They get a little plume on their helmets. And now if they can close on the hand cannoneers, Huskarls with their plus 10 attack bonus against archers will absolutely eviscerate this hand cannoneer count. It looks like that castle though is down. That being said, with Anarchy, the castle not that relevant anymore unless you want to get Perfusion as well. Perfusion, the upgrade that will make your your barracks work 3 times freaking faster when combined with conscription. 220% faster. For the umpteenth time, the Huskar is trying to bust into here, poking, stabbing, slashing at this one house. He will be able to bust in. Hera not reacting, oddly enough. Does he? I guess he doesn't care with the castle up here. Oh, murder holes. Hera, I mean, I've said it before. I mean, it's just fantastic. It's just so refreshing. It's so refreshing to see players actually using all of the technologies that this game has to offer. As quote-unquote unfair, as quote-unquote non-meta as it is. And there's the Gebeto. How many Gebetos? We're stuck on 1 at the moment. Pretty scary army here out of our Malian. I mean, this is Bohemian style, Haufnitze Halberdier style, untouchable. We'll see if the Huskarls can close in on this. They are evading the gunpowder, the bolt, and the ball of this army, which sets up position here, attacking more barracks. How many barracks does Mr. Yo have, by the way? Only 4? Okay, well, that Leroy Jenkins Huskarl not doing very much. Another converted Huskarl. By the way, Mr. Yo has given up 1 Huskarl, 1 elite Huskarl. This guy's still standing in the middle doing nothing, worrying about his sex life as he watches the light cavalry units and the villagers fend for themselves here. Do we have Farimba? Look at that. 14 attack on a light cavalry unit makes it such a deadly raiding unit. 14 attack against a villager that has 1 armor and only 40 HP means 3 whacks of the sword. Now, kind of unfortunate here for Hera that he does not have enough bombard cannons to one-shot a barracks, it seems like. Or any of these structures, to be honest. But he is allocating the balls well. And the balls are being flung left and right. Another castle. Only 2 Gebetos, so I don't know if we're going to really see Gebetos. I think he's probably going to stick around his army composition of hand cannoneer, remnants of crossbowmen, and more importantly, bombard cannons. Not too sure what Mr. Yo can do here, except continue just pumping out volume. He's got to do what the Goths always do, which is just try to overwhelm with numbers. Splash damage. 4 relics evicted from their house, and here we go. This is not the number that you need, but let's see if it's the number that will work here. More reinforcements are streaming in from the left. He's going after the bombard cannons. Probably should be going after the hand cannoneers first. Isolate the bombard cannons once you kill their support system, and they will die. They cannot fight Huskarls. And here we go. You did not need to go back. Oh, no, 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 no. Why only you chasing with 4? That's going to give Hera so much opportunity to destroy so many buildings. Oh, Hera going after the monastery. You shall not have any more relics, he says. But that was a very, very expensive loss for Hera. That was a lot of gunpowder. That was a lot of gold. We'll see at the end what the economies look like. But wow, both players about 120 villagers, 1-5 below, 1-5 above. Army counts Mr. Yo double with 59 Huskarls. This is exactly how you need to play now. He's not exactly using the 210 cap that he's got. Hera shoos him away, will complete the castle. More Farimba Light Cav are going to cause a ruckus here in this quarry. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Wake up and get to work. Huskarls turn around. They see the castle is up. They get their reward for seeing the castle is up is they get pumped full of arrows and bullets. But mamma mia, 35 Huskarls have just made their appearance here on the southeast edge yet again. This has just been a sore spot for Hera. He's just been allowing the penetration here over and over again. He is in desperation secondary wall-off mode right now. He's got the stone for as many gates as he'd like, but Mysterio's pressing in elsewhere. And now we're in Imperial, now we're Elite, now we have a +6 attack bonus against buildings. So let's see what's going on around the map. Light Cavalry shoved themselves into that nook where the hand cannoneers used to be. Light Cavalry trying to kill gold miners this time. Where's the mining camp? Not too sure, but the Huskarls are chasing. At the same time, the Gabetos are out. They look elite. And wow. Holy, look at that image. Is that like a tooth necklace? Well, I didn't expect to see elite Gabetos, not gonna lie. Does Hera not have ballistics? Yeah, he has ballistics. He's just performing poorly. That upgrade. I did not expect to see Gabetos. It makes sense. Look at how fast they move. And again, they do melee damage to a unit that has basically no melee armor whatsoever. 2 melee armor is a joke. So now the Huskarl army is basically dead. I don't know what the hell Mysterio can do now. Even numbers are not going to help him. And he doesn't have the numbers. He's got 45 army count to 65. Hand cannoneers in a British Waterloo box formation. And here we go. Besiege to the north, besiege to the south. Now the light cavalry are coming in. Oh! What a slaughter. Where the hell are the Gabetos going? What an absolute slaughter that was. Wow. No surprise. I mean, Mysterio's got a few decent resources. Does he have any gold left? Is there any gold left on the map? 7,200 gold still left. Is not a small amount of gold. Unfortunately, I feel like it's mostly under Malian control. Although without the, man, I hope the small tree mod eventually does apply to these very lush bamboo stalks, because it is making viewing the map a little difficult. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. And let's see what the heck. I mean, this was just terrible. Did he kill a single unit? Did he kill a single unit? Let's highlight. They've had 5 kills right now. Okay, let's see at the end of the day how good Hera's evasive micro is. I mean, come on. Mysterio killed 2 units with that entire army and then just lost it. Wow, look at these. So cool. Very cool. I mean, we got to see the skins. We got to see these cool new trees. But at the end of the day, yeah, again, the Goth, when you're going pure infantry, I mean, it's still as good as infantry has. How do I put this? As good as the developers want to make infantry by increasing the movement speed, decreasing the cost. What else? The upgrade costs are now cheaper. The Scorpion no longer does as much damage, I believe. I think the bonus against infantry has been lowered, I think, or raised. I need to read the patch notes again. But the bottom line is, if you're going to go Goth and if you're going to go infantry, you need to abuse that 210 population cap, and you need to absolutely have all of that amount on the field with swords in their hands. Otherwise, the smaller, I guess not smaller in this case, because Hera's army is 2.5 times bigger, but generally, when you're against the Goths, they have the bigger army. The smaller, more powerful counter army is going to absolutely destroy you, especially when there's a meat shield of Farimba Cavaliers. So Mysterio did have the numbers. Why he kept trying to bust in through here over and over again, as opposed to just trying to wield the Gothic hammer and sending those 65 Huskarls into just one location and pushing Hera back. I'm not too sure. Maybe you wanted to cause some economic damage, but now that you know the castle's here, why the hell are you trying to bust your way into here? I'm not too sure again. But he did take a good fight after losing a bunch of infrastructure here. Look at how empty this base is underneath these beautiful blossom trees. And wow, what a fun game. A good game to come back to after after the voice, which to be fair is not 100% healed. And I'm very excited. I want to see Vietnamese. I want to see Chinese. I want to see Koreans. I want to see those fire carts. I want to see those fire sticks. I want to see all the fire in the world. And hopefully the pro players will be playing with those civs soon so that we can watch. And then in, I think, 3 weeks or so, we're going to have ourselves 5 new civilizations. Yeah, look at that. This is the Goth numbers that you need. 237 now. The question is, should it have been the Hydra attack with 4 different locations, or should it have just been a fist ram down the Malians' throat? Let me know what you think. It was cool that we got to see some infantry out of our Goth. I mean, look at the APM. 121 to 300. 48, 42 minutes in. This is just Hera. I mean, this is bonkers. 2.5 times more actions. Maximize the economies. Yeah, not too dissimilar. Even if you remove the relic gold, it's about 1,000 difference. Not too dissimilar. Food going to our Goth, everything else going to Hera and our Malian. And where are we? How many conversions do we think? Just those 2? No, 4. Okay, so double what I thought it was. Those 2 lonely Huskarls. And at the end of the day, 33 raisings to 18. One looks like it fell to friendly fire. 370 kills to 240. There's your Huskarl count. More importantly, look at the Vil kills. Almost identical, 88 to 83. This is just a matter of Mr. Yo not being able to overwhelm the counter army. You've got one unit again that does 13 damage melee. Then you've got another unit, well, 13 plus 2, but the Huskarl has 2 armor, which is why I said 13. And then you've got a unit that does 10 bonus damage to you. So at the end of the day, what choice do you really have? You have to overwhelm with numbers. He tried the side attack. It didn't really work. He tried the full frontal, but didn't have the numbers for it. He still has 23 Huskarls somewhere. Okay, they're back home. Some of them are injured. And so Mr. Yo needs the numbers, doesn't have the numbers. More importantly, can't get the numbers. 6 barracks without perfusion is not going to get him the numbers. Now, 6 barracks with perfusion is closer to like 20 barracks because if each one works 3 times faster, pumping out Huskarls 3 times faster, having 6 is the equivalent of having something like 19 or 20 barracks. Maybe he could have kept going on, especially, oh, there you go, especially with 2,800 gold, but with only 6 barracks, his army destroyed. Hera gonna start bearing down on him again, and even though he's got the wood to build the barracks, by the time he builds the barracks, Hera's army is going to be on his front step, and at that point, he's going to be feeding units, and nobody wants to be feeding units. And with that, Mr. Yo realizes he no longer stands a chance. Hera takes the W, but GG to both players.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.